Hey guys, Darth Glork here, back with part 1 of my brand new playthrough. We're back on Dragon Age 2, Season 2. And we're back on Dragon Age, 5 years later. And good God, I was curious, when was the last time I played this? And the answer was 5 years ago, in case you're curious. It was 5 years ago, and damn, the quality. So I didn't watch the playthrough or anything, but I clicked on my first video for Season 1. Oh God, my old PC. Good Lord. I forgot what that was like, because it's so pixelated. You literally can't see anything. Like, it's awful. So I feel morally obligated to play through it again, just to get representation on the channel. Just because, damn. Really what I was here for was, yeah, that's what I wanted, subtitles. Anyway, so Dragon Age 2 wasn't installed on my Xbox One. I'm like, the last time I played this, did I play it on the 360? Like, I have no idea. But it wasn't installed on the Xbox One, so now it is. And I can tell you it's going to be much clearer, and the audio is going to be much better. And especially my voice. And I mean, honestly, the audio quality was fine, and I mean, comparatively in the first season, but you wanna know what wasn't fine? The fucking visual quality. Oh God, it was so pixelated. It's like abstract art. It's awful. It was so awful. Anyway, so I planned my, I thought in advance. Let me phrase it that way. I thought in advance about who I wanted to play. In Season 1, I played a warrior. We will not be playing a warrior this time. Now, what was funny is a long time ago, while I was on my hiatus, I came up with a plan on what I wanted to do. The idea was I was gonna go rogue. I was gonna go archer rogue because I've never played an archer in Dragon Age 2 that I remember. I've never done an archer as far as I know. The problem is I don't love doubling up on, like, I don't know, like, having two rogues isn't necessarily the problem, because if you only have one, then that rogue has to go lockpicking, so you're gonna lose a lot of damage, and you're gonna have all the critical, I think like the lockpicking stat, whatever that is, affects like critical damage or critical hit chance, one of the two. And so the rest of their stats are gonna be shit, but they're gonna have really good crit, so they can open things that you need, right? So that's a good thing. The bad news is I don't love to double up. So if I have like Varric in the party, then I have a ranged rogue already, and I don't have. So often, if I get another rogue, I want to do a melee rogue, because and generally speaking, I like to have 2 ranged and 2 melee in general. I just think that's a good setup. And so I've also never not carried Varric that I can remember. So if I go Archer Rogue, I'm probably gonna have to replace Varric, which means the squad is not gonna have Varric on it, which sounds like a sin. And so that doesn't sound right. And for this one, I know who we're romancing. I mean, I'll just tell you, we're gonna romance Isabella. So we're romancing Isabella for this season, which I've only done once before, if memory serves, and it's a good time if memory serves. I am really sad that I'm not romancing Meryl, but it is what it is. Anyway, so letting go of all that, I don't know. So the whole plan this whole time was I was gonna replace Varric, because I'm romancing Isabella. I want to carry Isabella, and so I was like, that'll be great. So I'll replace Varric as an archer. I was gonna do that, but the problem is I'm like, but I really want to carry Varric. So it really left me with an option. I'm like, okay, either I replace Varric as an archer, and I just commit to it. That's what's happening. Or I replace Aveline as our warrior, because the warrior options in Dragon Age 2 suck, because your only real options are Mr. I Hate Mages Fenris, and I never carry Fenris because I do like him, but he hates mages, and I of course am not a mage hater, and so we never get along. So the way our relationship works is I never carry him, and I'm nice to him at every given opportunity. And if you do that, then by the end of the game he will side with you and stand with the mages against the Templars, right? So all of that works well, and so I'm like, well, the problem is in Season 1 I was a warrior, and so I don't really want to do that again. Plus, didn't I just do warrior for Origins Season 2? And so I didn't really want to do warrior again, because I could do two-handed, but I did that for Season 1. of Dragon Age 2 and for Season 2 of Dragon Age 1, which is a little confusing. And if I do a Sword and Board Warrior, I'm just going to be this tank, and that kind of sounds boring. I don't really want to go this tank character. So... and so I'm like, okay, well, either I replace Aveline, and the last option is to replace whoever the mage was going to be. So whether that means Fenrir, or whether that means Anders or Meryl, and the plan, or the third option is to be the mage and replace them. So that was the plan. So and this whole time I was going to go rogue, and I was going to archer and replace Varric. But I don't want to not carry Varric. So I guess the plan is I'm going to be the mage. And so we're going to be the mage. I would probably grab some support stuff, but for the most part, I'm just going to go damage. So I'm going to go mage, and that'll be the plan. And we'll worry about Inquisition later. Don't worry about it. And but we are going to be the mage. And so that'll be different, but it ends up working well because in Season 1, obviously, I'm like 99% certain that Carver died and not Bethany, and so in this one, Carver will survive and Bethany won't, if I play the mage. So I'm pretty sure is what will happen. So you guys will get to see the different side of this relationship, how things can be if you're the mage and you have a brother that has a complex, which you'll find out, and that'll be different. So that's the plan. We're gonna go female mage, and let's get to it. Well, I'm excited for Season 2. It's going to be much clearer than Season 1. Lord only knows.
Gentler invitations.
I am Cassandra Pentecost, Seeker of the Chantry.
And just, what are you seeking?
The champion.
Which one?
You know exactly why I'm here! Time to start talking, dwarf. They tell me you're good at it.
What do you want to know?
Everything. Start at the beginning.
Boy, temper. It's like hits him in the face and stabs the book, and I was like, oh my god, Cassandra. Never hit someone in the head for an interrogation? Haven't you seen the second Dark Knight movie? Or the second Batman movie?
Scouts. We will have to fight them sooner or later.
Then we make our stand here. Prepare yourself.
Okay.
Here we go. That's enough.
Oh right, it's mash, not hold. Ah. Neato. Got him.
We can't keep this up forever.
We'll take the bastards down with us.
Here they come. Shall I give them a taste of my blade?
No.
Allow me.
No. This will be different. Sorry, I was trying to go for an ability that wasn't ready.
May Andraste guide you.
Ogre.
Let's finish this.
A little early. Good idea, but a little early. Ouchie. Oh my god!
There's no end to them.
Oh my god, though.
Bullshit. That's not what really happened.
Does that not match the story you've heard, Seeker?
I'm not interested in stories. I came to hear the truth.
What makes you think I know the truth?
Don't lie to me! You knew her even before she became the champion.
Even if I did, I don't know where she is now.
Do you have any idea what's at stake here?
Let me guess. Your precious chantries fall into pieces and put the entire world on the brink of war. And you need the one person who could help you put it back together.
The champion was at the heart of it when it all began. If you can't point me to her, tell me everything you know.
You aren't worried I'll just make it up as I go?
Not at all.
You'll need to hear the whole story.
Yeah, you're gonna need to hear everything, okay? Alright, well, historically, I've only ever used default Hawke with the little blood, or whatever it is, tattoo mark. I assume it's blood, but whatever the little marking is on her face. Yeah, that one. That's the one I've literally always used. The thing is, so recently I went through Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition. I went through Mass Effect kind of recently, and I was going for achievements. I was specifically going for biotic achievements and any achievements I was missing. Well, I actually did it, and now the only achievement I'm missing is to play the game on the hardest difficulty. It's like a set of like 3 or 4 or 5 achievements or something, but it's all related to difficulties. So that's all that I have left, is to basically play the game on the hardest difficulty. That's all that I have left, and then I will have 100%ed the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I'm really excited for. We're going to do a Season 2 at some point for Mass Effect, and at that one, we'll probably do Insanity on the hardest difficulty. It might be called Insanity, but we'll do the hardest difficulty on that one, more likely than not, and then so I can go for that last achievement. So that being said, on that one, I've only ever used default Shepherd, and so on that one I customized, and I was like, I'm gonna try customizing my Shepherd, and the fun fact, I hated it. I hated it. I customized her, I changed her up, she's just, none of them are nearly as cool as default Shepherd. It didn't feel right. So, I'm a little nervous, but I want to try customizing Hawke and seeing if maybe it'd be okay. Worst case, I could just go back and we could just use my default, which is this one. But I'm kind of thinking about going for one of these other ones and then customizing her and then seeing if I can make kind of a cute customized option, which I've never even tried. So I don't know what the hair options are. I have no idea because I only ever use default. So I don't know. It could be worth something. So I probably won't make you sit through this because it's probably going to take me a minute, but we'll see. Okay, we're back. I fiddled around with it for a while. Yeah, it's just not it. It's not it, dude. At least this time I didn't lock it in before I tried this. Anyway, yeah, I fiddled around. I changed her hair. I did all this other stuff, but you can't. There's no like tattoos or anything. Like there's no like makeup or like anything like, really exotic to really shake it up, you know. So it's like I just keep it default, you know. Don't fix what ain't broken. I've always used default Hawke. It's who Hawke is to me. Like, I just think we'll just be grateful with what I have. Totally fine with probably the profile. Maybe change the color of the background, you know? Something fun. There you go. Is that red? That might be red. There you go. Maybe I'll even keep Marion. Marion Hawke. Marion's a fine name. Events of Dragon Age Origins. Import. Okay, let's see here. Okay, well, it's obviously going to be Epilogue, The Nest. Oh, okay, I'm getting it. The reason is because this one is the DLC. I think that's why. This one's the DLC. I'm higher level, the date is later, and I'm a higher level, and it is 10 hours, because it was like, it's the DLC, that's why. And I'm right before you fight the Broodmother. Okay. Or whatever. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, you have learned that the Broodmother is deep within the were dragons. You are traveling where to destroy her. Alright, well, they're about the same, so I guess that's the one. Guess that's the one. Alright, sorry that took a minute. I just really didn't want to lock in the wrong thing, you know what I mean? So... Alright, let's do this.
The Blight have been unleashed on Ferelden. Dark spawn poured out of the wilds, clashing against the army at the ruins of Ostagar. The battle was a disaster. King Cailan died on the field with his men, betrayed by his most trusted general. Unopposed, the Horde marched on the village of Lothering. The village burned, and many innocents were slaughtered. The champion's family barely escaped in time.
I think that's all of them.
For the moment, make us save us. We've lost it all. Everything your father and I built.
At least we're alive. That's no small feat.
Yes, you're right.
We should have run sooner. Why did we wait so long?
Why are you looking at me? I've been running since Ostagar.
Listen, you two. The Darkspawn could be on us any minute.
Please, listen to your sister.
Yeah, guys.
Then let's go. Lead on.
Oh, you're talking to me now? It's like, really? What? You already have a problem? It didn't even do anything. Anyway. Alright, well, let's go, people.
Get ready! Now you fall!
Get away from me, creatures. Oh. Ah, there we go. I'm gonna say that must not be it. Freeman's staff. Anything else I should be aware of? Yep, there's something. Little thing to sell. Nothing crazy. Alright, is it select? Nope, it's not select in this one, it's the start button. Alright, let's see. Luckily for me, it's nice and easy. We're just gonna go... something like that. Okay, so, elemental. So obviously that's very standard. Primal. I'm trying to read it through the tips, obviously. Chain lightning, rock armor, stone fist, petrify, galvanism, tempest. It could be fun going that one, which would be really weird for me. I usually grab a few in here, like Spirit Bolt and stuff, and then the upgrade, mostly to grab Death Siphon, because obviously it's super good. Mana regeneration per corpse, you know, and then of course you upgrade it to make it better, plus it gives you some health. It's very, very good. And usually I'll just like get enough to grab this stuff, you know, so that's always something I do. They do give you here, I've never gone this one, because it's like elemental weapons, arcane shield, crushing. What was that? Prison? Yeah, crushing prison, barrier. It's like kind of defensive, and then of course one just to knock an enemy back away from you, which is kind of cool. This one, which is like hexes, hex of torment, horror. It's like stuns and debuffs and stuff like that. It's not like straight up damage for the most part. Of course, this one is all healing and buffs, and you know, buffs to your bros. And then of course there's Hawke's unique one, which is of course summoning my family's faithful dog. But we could just grab, you know, work our way towards Death Siphon kind of on the quick side of things. So let's do it. Let's do it. That'll be different. I'll take that. Thank you. Oh wait, there was a. It's not start. Anyway, inventory. It's cold versus fire, and I don't gain anything, so yeah, she's doing the same thing. She's using that one, so just move to junk. No extra damage or anything, so what's the point?
Where are we going?
Away from the Darkspawn. Where else?
And then where? We can't just wander aimlessly.
So long as we wander aimlessly away from the Horde, I'm happy.
We can go to Kirkwall.
Kirkwall? Are you sure that's wise?
There's a lot of Templars in Kirkwall, Mother.
I know that, but we still have family there, and an estate.
Then we need to get to Gwarin and take ship.
If we survive that long, I'll just be happy to get out of here.
On your guard!
Yeah, that works for me. Like one attack. Immediate cutscene. Nice move, idiot.
You will not have him! They will not have you. Not while I breathe.
Well, what are you gonna do? Dead. Let's go, puppy.
Stop squirming, Wesley. You'll make it worse.
Apostate, keep your distance.
Well, the Maker has a sense of humor.
True.
Darkspawn and now a Templar. I thought they all abandoned Lothering.
The Spawn are clear in their intent, but a mage is always unknown. The Order dictates.
Wesley.
How about you back off, brother?
The Order dictates.
Dear, they saved us. The Maker understands.
Of course.
I am Aveline Valenne. This is my husband, Sir Wesley. We can hate each other when we're safe from the Horde.
A strange time to be hunting apostates. His fellows left with the Chantry priests.
I was traveling to Denerim on business for the Order, but I had to turn south when I heard of Ostagar.
Bad luck and judgment brought us together here before the attack. The nice Templar has been convinced to postpone his hunt for illegal mages. So let's not dwell upon it, shall we? Wise girl.
Yeah?
For a while, it looked like we were the only ones to escape the Darkspawn.
We aren't free of them yet. You didn't see Ostagar. This is just the start.
You were there. Yes, I see it now. Third Company, under Captain Varel.
Then you saw how the whole of the army was defeated.
We fell to betrayal, not the Darkspawn. This arm of the Horde will not have the same advantage.
I'm watching you, Templar.
And I you. Terms I am sure we both expected.
For now, we move with you. North is cut off. We barely escaped the main body of the Horde.
Then we're trapped. The wilds are to the south, that's no way out.
We have no choice. The Darkspawn have us fenced in. We go south.
Yeah. It beats standing here and dying, so... You know. She's like, I guess I'm coming too. Well, Bethany likes that. Carver did not. But who gives a rat's ass what Carver likes? Alright, you can just get a nice even spread, and sure, you can have this magic. And you, home slice. Guess we can do that. And I have to care a little more about what he's doing. Warmonger. The confident adversary, well versed in taunting foes, cutting through them, sending them to the dirt in a bloody heap. Also, experts in controlling enemy aggression, possessing abilities that draw foes towards them, and that through stun effects cause enemies to forget who they were fighting. Interesting. I'm a little tempted just to go for regular old two-handed. For him? Alright, let's go, people.
Now we fight!
Oh, they're behind us. Oh, they came back around this way. Anyone else?
I think they called for help.
Beautiful. Alright, nothing behind us. Let's go. Dead refugee. You found a potion. I sure did. I'm unstoppable now. Stole your kill. Don't be a pussy. He's like, they're too powerful. Retreat, he screams in the distance.
Another falls!
Like, bro. Like, we're fucking slaughtering him. What do you mean? Alright, let's see here. Attack. Sure. I'll take it. I would assume that would affect everybody, I would assume, but... You know, and I'm assuming just because it says attack, not like melee damage or something. That it works for everybody, I assume. On the ridge. Level up.
Quickly. Before they regroup, we must press towards the wilds.
Yes, yes. Now, I think there's a locked chest over here, which if you do the start as a rogue, you can unlock it. If you start as anybody else, you can't. Oh, look at that. I leveled up everybody. Including, most importantly, myself. I think we might skip one constitution in this one. Alright. I don't really want to grab Dispel Magic, to be honest. I need level 5 for that. So maybe we'll just... I'm tempted to go into this one, because there is some good damage stuff in here, and some good AoEs. Like, it could be neato. Stone Armor, which is kind of neat. It would give me more armor, which would be kind of cool. Stone Fist, which is kind of cool. Yeah, let's do it. Lightning, and then for you, we'll just do that. And you can have this. And then you are just going to get an even spread. And then you can have Giant's Reach, that your two-handed attacks will reach farther. Then she can have this. Weapon and Shield, Guardian, Battle Master. When fighting is an efficient killing machine, when allies, the warrior becomes a seasoned leader who can rally others to turn the tide of combat. Or we have this one, which is like taunt and such things. Defender, which is survivability over anything else. Maybe we'll just give her Shield Bash. That'll work. Alright. A little bit of randoms. A little bit of randoms. Oh, autosave. Incoming!
Maker, give me strength.
It didn't work. Oh no. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
Bethany!
Oh, you son of a bitch. That was my favorite sibling.
Be ready!
Now I'm stuck with Carver.
How about you?
Let's say, anyone else? Oh, I thought it was gonna come up a little faster. Get the fuck away from me.
Bethany, wake up. The battle's over. We're fine.
Oh no.
Sorry, mistress. Your daughter is gone.
No. These things will not take Bethany.
Bethany risked her life to save us.
I don't want a hero. I want my daughter. How could you let her charge off like that?
She didn't charge off, she was standing still.
Poor little
In front of you.
My sweetheart.
If we stand here weeping, the Darkspawn will take the rest of us too.
Allow me to commend your daughter's soul to the Maker, mistress.
Wow, Carver just like
An ashes
didn't
may
even
come.
care.
Maker, give this young woman a place at your side. Let us take comfort in the peace she has found in eternity.
I will never forget you, Bethany.
Well,
Our lives are more valuable to her than our prayers. Let's go.
Flames. We're too late. Follow my lead!
well, here they come. Shut up, Wesley. I can hear you bitching back there.
There's no end to them.
Hello, Flemeth. How the hell are you?
Well, well, what have we here? used to be we never got visitors to the wilds, but now it seems they arrive in hordes.
Impressive. Where'd you learn how to turn into a dragon?
Perhaps I am a dragon. If so, count yourself lucky. The smell of burning darkspawn does nothing for the appetite. If you wish to flee the darkspawn, you should know you are heading in the wrong direction.
So you're just going to leave us here?
And why not? I spotted a most curious sight. A mighty ogre vanquished. Who could perform such a feat? But now my curiosity is sated and you are safe for the moment. Is that not enough?
You could show me that trick of yours. That looks useful.
I dare say it is. Such a clever tongue for a mage. Tell me, clever child, how do you intend to outrun the Blight?
We're going to Kirkwall, in the Free Marches.
Kirkwall? My, but that is quite the voyage you plan. So far, simply to flee the Darkspawn.
Any better suggestions? I hear the deep roads are vacant now.
Oh, you I like. Hurtled into the chaos, you fight, and the world will shake before you. Is it fate or chance? I can never decide. It appears fortune smiles on us both today. I may be able to help you yet.
There must be a catch.
There is always a catch. Life is a catch. I suggest you catch it while you can.
Should we even trust her? We don't even know what she is.
I know what she is. The Witch of the Wilds.
Some call me that. Also Flemeth, Asha Belinar, an old hag who talks too much. Does it matter? I offer you this. I will get your group past the Horde in exchange for a simple delivery to a place not far out of your way. Would you do this for a Witch of the Wilds?
We don't have much choice.
We never do. There is a clan of Dalish elves near the city of Kirkwall. Deliver this amulet to their keeper, Marathari. Do as she asks with it, and any debt between us is paid in full. Before I take you anywhere, however, there is another matter.
No, leave him alone.
What has been done to your man is within his blood already.
You lie!
She's right, Aveline. I can feel the corruption inside me.
What are you talking about?
From the Darkspawn. All that blood. I knew when it happened.
And how much time before you?
Not long now, if I am any judge.
This corruption is the permanent sort, I take it.
The only cure I know of is to become a Grey Warden.
And they all died at Ostagar.
Not all, but the last are now beyond your reach.
Aveline, listen to me.
You can't ask me this. I won't.
Please. The corruption is a slow death. I can't.
Oh, don't worry, I got it.
I'm sorry, Aveline. This has to be done.
I'll try not to enjoy it too much. I'm like, goodbye, Templar, dickhead, stab. Sup, nerd? Kind of fortuitous that it's me, don't you think?
Thank you.
Well, we weren't friends, but, you know, rest in peace.
Without an end, there can be no peace. It gets no easier. Your struggles have only just begun.
Flemeth,
I thought that might interest you.
you expect me to believe a myth swooped out of the wild to save the champion?
Oh, come now, Seeker. Do I need to recite the tale of the Warden as well?
No. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised to hear of her involvement.
I liked my version better, too.
What else aren't you telling me, then? Did she send someone with the champion?
In a matter of speaking.
So it's true. Continue. But if you tell me they all flew to Kirkwall on a dragon...
Nothing so fanciful, I assure you. The witch kept her word and got them to Guaran, where they took ship. They sailed north across the waking sea, lashed by terrible storms. 2 weeks they spent in that dark hold, packed in with the fearful and the desperate. And then they saw it. Kirkwall, the city of chains. Long ago it was part of the Imperium, slaves coming from far and wide to work the quarries. Now, it's a free city, but I use the word loosely. Sail through those black cliffs and you'll see what the slaves of old saw. The gallows, welcoming you. That's where their ship landed, with all the rest.
Well, that's not the most welcoming thing I would have ever seen, but it beats being massacred by the Darkspawn, so, you know, beggars and choosers and all that. We'll be fine.
Into the city.
What? That can't be.
It's true. Look at them all.
Sad but true.
Are we really surprised? Everyone's fleeing the Blight. Just as we are.
And they would throw us all back to the wolves. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's not that unbelievable.
I'm only surprised they let us dock. We need to find Gamlen. Our family has always been highly regarded in Kirkwall. He can do something, I'm sure of it.
Let's hope he received your letter.
The guards seem to be reporting to that man. Perhaps we should speak to him.
Well, that'll work. Aveline rivalry. Well, you can't please the unpleasable.
Get back to the crowd, you lot. Trying to bully your way through won't get you into Kirkwall any faster.
But you do intend to let us in.
We have enough poor of our own in the free marches. We don't need you refugees piling up here like a middens heap.
There must be someone in charge I can speak with.
Yes, always the same story. You want in, talk to Captain Ewald. I'm just here to keep you refuse from climbing the walls.
Thank you. Literally called trash. Appreciate that. That's always the nicest thing.
Tell me, how did your family escape Lothering? Almost everyone who hadn't fled.
My older sister. If she wasn't with us, I don't think we'd be here.
Wow, look at him.
You seem quite skilled as well.
I'm not my sister.
Solid. Solid. Oh god, wait till you guys see how this ends up playing with Carver. Oh man. He's such a tool, dude. It's so insane.
Let us through, you flaming blighter. We're not staying in this pit.
Then get back on your ship and leave. Kirkwall has no more room for refugees.
The ship's already gone. We've paid good coin to get here.
You and half of Ferelden. There's nothing I can do. The city is full.
Surely there's a bit of extra room for the pretty people.
I find keeping my neck away from Knight Commander Meredith Blade far more attractive than any of you. We've been letting you Fereldans in for months. You're too late. There's no more room.
But we've got family here.
I've heard claims like that 1,000 times already, trust me. We'll find some ships to take you all back to Ferelden, eventually. Until then, you stay here.
Huh.
If you find our uncle, Gamlen Amel, you might just have a few less refugees bothering you.
Gamlen? I know that name.
He's a nobleman here in the city. Our family has an estate.
A nobleman? The only Gamlen I know is a weasel who couldn't rub two coppers together.
That's him.
He comes back, I'll bring you to him. But I don't have time to...
What? You gonna let them through?
I didn't say anything about...
We've been here for 4 days. They just got here.
That's it. We're carving our way out of here. Men?
Can't we talk about this?
Yeah, that wasn't not the most ideal situation. Anyone else?
Unbelievable. Captain, are you all right? I am, no thanks to you. Where is everyone? Go find them. I want this kept under control. You have my thanks. Look, I can't get you into the city. It's not my decision. But I'll find your uncle and bring him here.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Good looking out, bro. Don't want to be sitting on your docks forever.
It's been 3 days. This waiting has to end.
I'm sure it won't be much longer. Gamlen must still be looking for us.
And if he's not?
Don't look now, but I think that's our man.
Leandra. Damn, girl. The years haven't been kind to you.
Gamlen!
That's nice.
Let me say up front, I wasn't expecting this. The Blight, your husband, dead. I'd figured you'd pretty much be Ferelden for life.
Oh, Gamlen. We came too late. My darling Bethany didn't make it. Drastic guide her.
Oh, make her save me. Leandra, don't drop this on me here. I don't even know if I can help you get in.
I'm more concerned about Mother. Can you get her in at least?
No. We stay together.
It was worth a try.
I was hoping to grease some palms, but the Knight Commander's been cracking down. We're gonna need more grease.
But what about the estate? Surely Father left something when he died?
Right, about the estate. It's, gone. To settle a debt. I've been meaning to write you.
Then there's no hope.
Truly.
Not quite. I know some people who might help. If you're not too delicate about the company you keep.
Solid.
Do we need to stay in Kirkwall? Let's go to another city.
This was my home. I can't believe they won't let me come back.
Every city on the coast's been hip-deep in Ferelden since the Blight. You could try your luck further inland, I suppose, but it won't be easy.
We're not putting Mother through that. We came here. We're staying here.
Alright, fair enough.
Let's hear it, Uncle. What do you have in mind?
I talked to my contacts, and I found some people who might be willing to pay your way into the city. The catch is, you and your brother will have to work off the debt. For a year.
A year?
It's the best I could do. Trust me when I say a bunch of refugees won't get a better option anywhere else.
You know.
I'm sure we'll be free and clear before we know it.
I managed to convince my contacts to come to the gallows to meet you personally. Mirren heads up the mercenary company, the Red Iron. They're looking for recruits. The Fenrir, I guess you might call her a smuggler. Either one of them can help you. All you need to do is find them in the courtyard and convince them you're worth the trouble.
And what do you think about this, Carver?
What can I say? Better here than nowhere.
How dangerous is this smuggler's work?
Well, it won't be pretty working for her. She's a pretty small fish compared to some of the other thieves' guilds around here. But she's tough, she's fair, and she never deals in slaves or flesh.
Let's find them and see what they have to say.
Oh, Gamlen, I don't know about this.
It's a lot of coin, Leandra. Don't go expecting our name to carry the kind of weight it used to.
And what of me? I will not allow others to incur debts on my behalf.
Can't see that it makes a difference. You look like a lady who can pull her own weight.
Then you'll come with us.
I have no real option. Thank you.
Yeah, hey, more the merrier. I literally almost always help the Red Iron, because in general I like the idea of working for a mercenary company. But we could work with this chick. I almost never work with her.
Are you a Fenrir?
You must be Gamlen's niece. Interesting. I don't know what he told you about us, but he certainly told us a great deal about you.
How much exactly?
Enough to pique our interest, provided you can justify your uncle's confidence.
Oh, I'm ready.
Tell me what you need done.
There's a merchant named Cavril, friend of the Templars, so they let him set up his little shop here in the gallows. We supplied him in return for a piece of the take, but now he won't pay up. We can't go near him without him screaming for the guard, but you can. Get our money from him and you're in.
Deal. Now don't you worry, I got it. He'll be begging at the opportunity to pay you back when I'm done with him. He'll be shitting his britches, that's for sure. Hey, 1 second. I'm gonna... Oh. Oh, shit.
What are you doing with that?
Back away from it.
I didn't think it actually let me do anything with it. I assumed it was just a container, or like a lore thing.
This is a Fenrir's doing, isn't it? You can tell that bitch I'm going straight to the guard again.
Care to step in here?
Only because this toad deserves it.
Hell yeah.
You have a choice. Pay, or I beat it out of you, and your men.
Oh shit.
Hey. Stay back. Just take what's in the chest. Take it all. Now I'm getting out of here. Let those guards find someone else to buy Dogland junk.
Oh shit. Aveline, oh my god. That was awesome. Especially because she hit it back with like, I like how the guard was like, he's like, hey, wait a second, I'm the man. Wait a minute.
You could have given us something more challenging.
Will you look at that? Tell your uncle we'll make the arrangements. Welcome aboard.
Hell yeah. Works every time. Alright, I leveled up. Let's see, just kind of an evenish spread there. And I can't do anything with that yet, so maybe we'll hit Stonefist. That'll work. Alright, well, I got kind of a slew of interesting little things here, so that's kind of cool.
Any luck?
Was there ever any doubt?
I'll speak to Athenril and see when the bribes can be made. Wait here.
Let's go.
I guess we did it. We're here to stay, at least for a while.
No more running for our lives unless we really have to.
If only Bethany were here with us.
And Wesley.
Especially Bethany, though. Wesley is like a meh.
We're off to a fantastic start. Let's see what else this city has in store.
Yeah, let's go, fam. Let's go, squad.
Thus began the champion's first year in Kirkwall. Word arrived from across the sea that the hero of Ferelden had defeated the Blight. But Lothering was destroyed. Kirkwall was the champion's home now. So she remained, paying off her debt. Made a name for herself in the underworld. It was a busy year in the city. That's when the Kunari landed. A great storm had caught their ship and left hundreds of warriors stranded in the city, waiting to return home. That's also when the trouble began with the mages. The Templars had become very powerful under Knight Commander Meredith. But, most importantly, that's when I first met the champion.
Let's go! And now with this squad, we'll be able to carry him. Because what is life without Varric, am I right? I have to carry him. I have to, bro. You probably could get away without carrying a warrior, maybe? You know, just carry 3 rogues, but... I don't know, man. I'm kind of a traditional guy that way. I kind of want, like, a warrior and a 1 rogue and 1 mage, and then the 4th one be a variable, depending on situations. You know? Kind of traditional that way, you know what I mean?
No.
Why not?
Andraste's tits, human. You know how many people want to hire onto this expedition?
Look, we know you're going into the deep roads. You'll need to hire the best, and we're...
No. You're too late. Already done.
The money from this trip could fix everything. You need us. We fought Darkspawn.
Look, Precious. I don't care if you tore the horns off an ogre with your bare hands.
You make him understand. We're running from your bloody Templars.
Oh god. If you guys remember the good old days when we had Bethany with us and we were besties, yeah, it's not like that. Carver has a massive, massive, massive chip on his shoulder. He is the eternal, like, whipped, like, red-headed stepchild, like, of the family. He has such a victim complex. He's so convinced he's a victim. And he blames me for everything. So so Carver's I kind of enjoy having him around because I love fighting with him. I love telling him to rip his damn head off because he's annoying. Carver is a tool, and I like having him around to torture him. So
I'm in charge. You do what I say.
I'm like, shut the fuck up.
My brother can be a fool, but he's right about this. We are what you need.
You're looking for a quick way out of the slums, right? You and every other Ferelden in this dump. Find another meal ticket.
Well, back to waiting for someone to turn us in.
Too many refugees disappear for you to threaten people who could help us.
I know. I just... How long do we work for scum who don't want us around? We need coin, status, something we can shove in that dwarf's face and keep people off our backs. And all I can think of is Uncle Gamlen.
You catch more flies with honey. But Gamlen's bullshit could work too.
Well, he did get us into the city, right?
Sorta.
What else can we do? We're losing ground, and I don't fancy waking up in the gallows.
Hey!
Hey, dickhead, give me back my meager money. Good save, my bro.
I knew a guy once who could take every coin out of your pockets just by smiling at you. But you don't have the style to work Hightown, let alone the Merchant's Guild. You might want to find yourself a new line of work.
Hell yeah.
Off you go. How do you do? Varric Tethras, at your service.
Hell yeah.
I apologize for Bartrand. He wouldn't know an opportunity if it hit him square in the jaw.
But you would.
I would. What my brother doesn't realize is that we need someone like you. He would never admit it either. He's too proud. I, however, am quite practical.
Hell yeah.
What makes you so certain we can help? You know nothing about us.
Oh, on the contrary. You've made quite the name for yourself over the last year. The Coterie has been squeezing smugglers out left and right, and the only group to survive owes it all to you two. The name Hawke is on many lips these days. Not bad for a Ferelden fresh off the boat.
You must have heard of my brother as well, then.
A little, yes. But it is you they speak most of, Miss Hare.
That figures.
Shut up, Carver.
Your brother is certainly welcome to join us by all means, but I'll leave that in your hands.
Oh, I'm going. Without this expedition, we won't last out the year.
Won't you be surprised? Won't you be surprised?
You're going awfully far out of your way just to hire another guard.
We don't need another hireling. We need a partner. The truth is, Bartrand's been tearing his beard out trying to fund this on his own, but he can't do it. Invest in the expedition. 50 sovereigns and he can't refuse. Not with me there to vouch for you.
Your brother doesn't seem like the sort who's willing to split profits.
My brother is many things, but he is not stupid. Far better to share the profits than be trapped in a tide with 1,000 darkspawn between you and the exit. Trust me, he'll come around.
Why would you stick your neck out for a complete stranger?
I'd rather take a chance on someone with your reputation than head into the deep roads unprepared. And besides, we'd be your partners. I'm willing to give a little trust if you are.
I hope there's more to this. Like how I'm supposed to get that much coin together.
You need to think big. There's only a brief window after a blight when the deep roads won't be crawling with darkspawn. The treasure you find down there could set you and your family up for life.
Come on. The dwarf makes some sense. No offense. Look, you started this, and it's a good idea. Certainly better than ending up in the gallows.
We work together, you and I, and before you know it, you'll have all the capital you need. What do you say?
You have a deal.
Perfect. Kirkwall's crawling with work. You set aside some coin from every job and you'll have the money in no time.
Sure. Easy. But maybe Aveline's got some bounties out. She joined the city guard, right?
We should talk privately when you get the chance. In the Hanged Man, maybe. I'll be there when I'm not with you. Now, let's go see what trouble we can stir up.
Hell yeah.
Keep a hand on your coin, Hawke. There are more cut...
In Hightown than the rest of the city combined, he was gonna say, before he got interrupted by something. Alright, we can go ahead and give you this. And I guess we will continue leveling this. Sunder, critical chance 10%, stagger chance 20% versus normal enemies on a crit. Cool. Okay. And let's see, one of these. Okay, also aptitude for picking locks and disarming traps with difficulty thresholds every 10 points. It's also critical damage, not critical chance. The amount of damage inflicted on a crit, yeah. That makes sense. And then his dexterity is also his chance. So having crazy cunning is good. It's at least 1 point, and I guess we'll go dexterity on his other one. I suppose. And then sabotage, specialist, scoundrel, subterfuge, marksman. I guess we'll go with Bianca. Bursting arrow. Hell yeah. Alright. And that's not it. I need this, then I need this. Alright, let's see if they gave me anything. Oh, that's Bethany's. There's Bethany's stuff. Which is worse than what I'm wearing, so we'll just junk that. Actually, no, that might have been my old stuff, it occurred to me. And then that's a worse staff. There's a blade, which is a... Oh, it's Carver, but Carver obviously got a new one, so we won't need that. Neato. Save. Neato. Okay, I'm gonna Google how much, what the hell's the name of that stat? What was it? It was, cunning. I need to Google how much cunning I need total before I can stop leveling it. Okay, so it looks like 40 is what we need. So it'll be 20 for Act 1, 20 cunning for Act 1, 30 cunning for Act 2, and then 40 for Act 3, I believe is what they were saying. So I need to get him to basically 40 total. But some people were saying that you actually don't have to level dexterity at all on him. You can just beeline for cunning. Because he doesn't need cunning to equip Bianca, obviously, for Varric specifically. He doesn't need cunning to equip Bianca, so some people were saying that you just jack his cunning to 40 as fast as possible, and then you go to like 30 to 35 dexterity after that. Which I would assume means that they're probably not leveling his health or stamina, maybe almost at all. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know. It's interesting, but the point is it's 40. That's what I need to know. So, I suppose we can just sell all my junk. I have next to no money. I was just sort of curious if he had anything neato. The answer to that is no. Hi, Bodan. Hi, Sandal. Anyway. Alright, so, looking around. Obviously, there's lots of shops, but I have no money. We need to talk to Worthy. And we need to grab the Sebastian thing. And we need to go check in on Aveline. Alright. All of that crap. So we can go ahead and run over here first and check in with Worthy.
No loitering.
I'm assuming lots of these shops, you just check in with them at least every act. Yeah, backpack. But I'm broke, so it really doesn't matter what they have because I am broke with a capital B. Worthy.
Hawke, long time no see, my friend.
Well, if it isn't Worthy, the dwarf with the incredibly ironic name.
I only advertise the truth. You aren't still working for Athenril, are you? Your year must be up by now.
I'm looking to become an explorer of a sort.
I heard. Bartrand's hard to take, but his information is usually good.
Hard to take? That's putting it mildly.
I'll tell you what. I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I can arrange it for you. Take care, Hawke. Don't get dead.
Appreciate that.
You know, Junior, it's eerie how much resemblance there is between you two.
She's my sister. Of course there's a resemblance.
Oh, you thought I meant Hawke. I was talking about Gamlen.
Maker, I hate you, dwarf.
Talking about Gamlen. Oh man. So there's crafting. Now you know. Anyway, there was something else I was gonna say. I need to wait for this giant wall of text to disappear. Wait for thank you. Alright, so okay, that was the Sebastian thing I was seeing. So in season 1, I did things kind of wacky, and I didn't, like I said, didn't watch the playthrough or anything, but I looked back at some highlights. I did the DLC I don't know when I did Mark of the Assassin, but I know that I did Legacy at the very beginning of Act 2, which, if you guys remember anything about the DLCs, especially, I think both of them really. We'll talk in a second.
This madness. The Chantry cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty, to show these assassins there is nowhere in the Free Marches to hide.
This is murder.
No. What happened to my family was murder.
Hello, guy I'm never gonna carry. Because he's not part of Team Mage, so he's not part of my team, know what I mean? A grave crime was committed against all free-thinking men and women in the Free Marches. The ruling Vale family in Starkhaven, my family, was brutally murdered, down to the youngest babe in arms. This massacre was carried out by members of the Flint Mercenary Company. I hereby offer a bounty on the head of each Flint Company soldier in the Kirkwall vicinity, Prince Sebastian Vale. There you go. Anyway, so I did some things. So I did some things kind of interesting in season 1. If you recall, the DLCs are kind of difficult. I don't as much remember thinking Mark of the Assassin was difficult, but I do remember that the Legacy DLC was difficult. Because the fight with what's his face in the very end of the DLC is like hard. Everyone died, if you recall. I think this is what happened. Everybody died. My character was the only one left, and I had to run around and basically kite him the whole fight, I think. and it was ridiculous. It took forever. I think I might even sped up the footage. I don't remember that part for sure, but I might have sped up the footage. Anyway, it was ridiculous. So I did research this time because I also wanted to do things differently. Oh, and that was the other big bit. That was the other thing that was ridiculous. So if memory serves, there was kind of this weird, like, I clearly did it in the wrong order thing going on, because Bethany was like, there was something wrong with Bethany. Like, in the DLC, she's not mad at you at all. She's super chill. And then in the main game, if you start the third act, she's all pissed off at you. Like, if she becomes a Grey Warden and survives. And so all of that happened. So it's ridiculous, basically. It is ridiculous. All of this stuff happens where, like, it made no sense because we just saw her for this big, like, family-related DLC. She was fine, and she was fine with me. And then we start the third act, and suddenly she's all pissed off. You know what I mean? And so it just doesn't make any sense. And so this time we're gonna wait till Act 3 to do the DLCs. A lot of people were saying that you kind of hit. I think they said you hit Legacy kind of in the beginning of Act 3, like kind of earlier on ish maybe, and then the Mark of the Assassin later, or maybe it was vice versa. But either way, you wait till Act 3 to touch those. A lot of people are saying that you get really cool loot in those DLCs, like Legacy and stuff. That wearing them in like the third act is kind of cool. And that a lot, especially for certain fights, like the fight, especially in Legacy DLC. The fight is very difficult, and you might end up running around and kiting anyway, which is very well likely to happen. But it's much easier if you wait till the third act till you're much stronger, because the fight is really difficult. So that is what we will do. So anyway, just thought I would mention that. Oh, I think it's on the other side, actually. I think it's on the other side. Is it not? Am I losing my mind? No. It's up the main drag. We might carry Carver instead of Aveline, just because I like tormenting him. We might do that. We might do that up until he's no longer an option, which you'll see. It'll make sense in time. So that might be the squad. It's carrying Carver and then Varric and
practically screams nothing fun ever happens here.
True. Got me there, brother. Anyway, so we might carry Carver as long as he's an option, and then when he's not, we'll fall back on Aveline as our secondary. In general, though, the warrior options are limited. It's this or Fenris, and I like Fenris, but he's so anti-mage that we never can get along. He's so anti-mage, and our values are very different, and it works so long as I don't carry him. I'm nice at every opportunity, and then at the very end of the game, I can convince him to join me if I was nice, right? It works every time. It's what I always do. Because I can't carry him. He's so angry. He's so angry. And he's, you know, it's just not, it's not good. It's not good, you know? So that's my only option is Aveline, you know? So I literally have always carried Aveline. And there is some part of me that's tempted to just go different than my normal grain and be like, well, maybe I just don't need a warrior. Maybe I'll have 2 melee rogues and then a 1 ranged rogue and then a mage. Like, it sounds very squishy, and I don't like that idea. I like having a tanky wall, you know? I've always done that. I always have at least 1 warrior. In general, I kind of prefer 2 warriors. Not so much in Dragon Age 2, but in other games, like in Dragon Age 1, for instance. Or like possibly. Like, in general, I kind of like having 2 warriors, 1 rogue and 1 mage. Is my ideal comp just for security, right? And I'll go down to 1 warrior if the options are much better the other way or whatever the situation is, but Dragon Age 2, you have 2 options, like, that's it. So it's like, so choose wisely.
Aveline.
Hello, Hawke.
That's it.
What? Oh, right. Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you. Information is one of the few perks of this job. Watch out for Bertrand. He's a son of a bitch.
True.
You know I don't like it when you have people watch me.
Saved me camping on your doorstep. After what we went through to get here, well, you're no child, but I take care of my friends.
Aww.
The places they have me patrolling, I've got time.
A person in your position. Seems like they might learn some profitable things.
You know better than to ask that.
One day you'll be frustrated enough to go for it.
It's like I'm sitting on my hands. There are dangerous people in this city. In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
This must be a very different pace from serving King Kalen.
I love that life, but there's a new king for a new Ferelden. Seems cocksure, but I guess he was there when the Archdemon fell. Can't fault an active hand. It's just one more change, though. The real end for me was Ostagar. What about you, Carver? You were there. Do you feel something similar?
No.
All right, then.
Solid.
Bit of a tit, your brother.
You have no idea. You have no idea.
Seems like Kirkwall suits you.
It has been a challenge. Lots of opportunity, if you're the type the locals want.
Are you?
If you argue enough, you kind of convince yourself.
All right, Aveline. You have something worth doing?
My patrols may be empty walks in the dark, but there's something big coming up, and I could use you. An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
Oh.
You've been nosing around outside your commission.
I have contacts, and they're complaining about a lack of meat. Thugs and such. Someone is hiring. And one or two were told to prepare for travelers. You want to be good at this job? You pay attention to what's missing, and when people arrange escape routes.
Do you have a name or anything else to go on?
Not important. If we show up and they attack, they're bad. Simple as that. I'll wager it's
Works for
smugglers,
me.
though. Like I said, seems like an obvious trap for a caravan.
All right, Aveline. I'll play guard for you.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there. You're acting on behalf of the guard.
That's fine. I got a 4th slot. So you're with me either way. Up until I get up until later, I guess. And just do an even spread. All right. I guess we can just hop into this. Immune to flanking. Sounds good. Anything neato going on in here? I almost said what we need is a rogue, but we have one. What we need is a rogue with good cunning. Which, luckily, we can still get into that.
Good to go.
For now. For now. Anything else good going on in here? Up in here? Well, there's some good codex entries. Which I think gives you experience. Some of them will just say.
I don't think I can do that.
Other ones, not so much, so. Hard to say. Obviously, that's not a real door.
How much longer do I have to wait?
I've been waiting all day.
The Viscount must be terrible.
Just curious if you can go over here or not. Interesting. Chantry hierarchy.
Parchment cut.
Oh, parchment cut. That sounds worse than a paper cut. I've been waiting all day. Alright. Alright. Guess we'll run to the top side and we'll just see if I see anything. I don't really expect to. Oh. Look at that. There are some things to see over here. Seneschal. Sorry, I accidentally whipped my weapon out. It's getting ready for war. There's a standard. He's not going to be able to open that.
You want me to do what?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, look at that. Anyway. Well, that was worth doing.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work. I just thought I would check, but I saw more than I thought I was. Going to see, I mean.
Good day, sir.
Alright, anything on the sides here? Aha! I'm not just hunting for codex entries, but admittedly, I do feel like I'm succeeding when I'm discovering things. Alright, who had what? Carver, you whiny bitch. Oh, he has 17. Oh, it is much better, but he needs a little more strength. So, all in good time. All right. I do want to go to the Hanged Man. So, I think we're going to Lowtown to work our way towards the Hanged Man. Downtown.
A Ferelden in the...
Click.
What will they think of next?
You have a problem with that?
Me? My family's not native either. I'm just surprised. A lot of old prejudice in the Guard.
I'll give them plenty of reason to change their minds.
You know, it's possible they're just scared shitless of you. That's my theory, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it could be. She's kind of intimidating.
My. If it isn't Hawke. Still up to old tricks, Elegant? Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still in Athenral's employ. Things have been going well since then? Could be better. Could be worse. I often feel the same way. You may recall I sometimes provided potions for Athenral. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
Let's go. Excuse me. Crafting. It's a thing. Now you know. What do you want, Elven Man?
Something of yours.
Ah.
I thought this was last.
That was the thing. Look at that. I just like quadrupled my money. Because I was broke. Peril. There's no reason to even look. Like I said, I'm broke. Oh. Imports. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just said I was broke. Clearly, I can't follow my own advice. There's no reason even to be here yet. I'm not looking for Anders yet. I mean, I would have looted that later. It doesn't make a difference.
My son's hurt bad.
Ferelden imports, eh? Well, here you go. Yeah, ain't nothing here. Which I could have looked at all that later. It doesn't mean anything. Don't know why I even looked. It was a weird, kind of a weird choice on my part. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff about the new Dragon Age coming out, Veilguard. So you know, mixed bag overall. I'm kind of cautiously optimistic about it. There were some things. Initially, I was worried. Not gonna lie. Initially, I was worried. You know, I saw the initial trailer when it was just talking about companions and nothing else. And that trailer made me worried. I'm like, this looks like Fortnite, dude. Like, why does it look so cartoony? And so initially I was stressed about it. I'm like, oh man, like it looks weird, man. Like it's gonna be lousy. But then later on, it was like a month later or whatever it was, I started watching the other stuff that came out, and it actually kind of won me back a little bit. The combat looks really cool. I watched the longer playthrough when they you're in like Tevinter and stuff. Like I said, I have reservations. I kind of feel like Tevinter looks too advanced. It's like one discovery away from black powder and guns, you know, or flying cars. Like it kind of felt like it was a little too steampunk, and like it felt like they were one generation away from gunpowder. So that makes me a little nervous because I feel like we're kind of losing the fantasy setting a little bit, and we're also definitely losing the dark fantasy vibes of Dragon Age in general. But to be honest, with every Dragon Age, it gets progressively less dark fantasy. You know, like Dragon Age 1 was very dreary and very kind of classic, more fantasy, you know? It was very, very much dark fantasy. But then obviously Dragon Age 2, I mean, every Dragon Age has taken major steps for the art style to be different. Every single one has done that, you know. In Dragon Age 2 there is still a lot of kind of dark fantasy going on, but it is faster. Like it's faster, like the combat's way more fun, like but the art style is different. It is a little bit different. Darkspawn are completely different looking. The only one that even looks similar is the Ogre. The Ogre's the only Darkspawn unit that looks even similar, and otherwise the Darkspawn are 180. They're completely different in Dragon Age 2, and that does in every Dragon Age it does that. And Inquisition obviously is incredibly different than Dragon Age 1 or 2. And it's already kind of like brighter and shinier, and everything's has a little bit more neon, you know, RGB lighting going on. Like the demons are all shiny, which it doesn't bother me at all. I don't care, you know, I don't care about any of that. But it is true that the art style is already shinier and different, and the combat's faster, and you know, like that kind of thing. Like a lot of that already happened. Like, you know, like Inquisition made the big jump from art styles and everything else, and you know, it already did a lot of that, you know. So like I don't think Veilguard isn't exactly setting the trend on that. Inquisition already did it for most of it. And yeah, like I said, it does look a little too Fortnite-y, you know. I'm a little concerned about like the story is going to be equally as fluffy, you know. I'm a little concerned that they're going to, like, you know, well, we don't want to offend nobody, so we're going to cut out a lot of the darker fantasy stuff, you know. But like a lot of people were worried about Inquisition, and I thought Inquisition was great. A lot of people think Inquisition's great. You know, I mean, I don't know. Inquisition is a great game, you know, and it was real different from Dragon Age 1 or 2. So in general, I'm feeling kind of cautiously optimistic about it. I'm hopeful it's going to be good. So far, I have yet to have complaints of any Dragon Age that's come out, and so I kind of have hope, you know. They kind of won me back. That initial trailer was rough. It was just talking about companions, and it looked so fast, and everyone, it just looked so, it was like, I was so waiting for, like, Dragon Age, you know, Fortnite, like, some sort of Fortnite update for Dragon Age, like, Dragon Age update for Fortnite or something. It was a really worrisome trailer. But after watching the rest of them, kind of won me back. So I'm cautiously optimistic.
So, what do you do, Evelyn?
I'm hoping it'll be good.
You know, you hear about the Amaranthine traitors?
Who?
Some harebrained nobles in Amaranthine were conspiring against the Warden Commander.
Gasp.
A truly stellar idea, if you know anything about her. We caught most of the conspirators, but a few fled by sea and came here. We're offering a bounty.
Oh my god, this is for the... Oh wow, I just realized what this is. They're the traders from the DLC, where your character is like with all the traders, you know, and I paid them off and hunted them down. We didn't do this. I don't think we did this. I might not have finished the quest on season 1. That's interesting.
Tell me what I need to know.
Here's a list of names and descriptions. Anytime you end one of the bastards, let me know and I'll reward you. Better act fast, though. We're looking for them, too.
Interesting. I don't recall doing that. I don't recall doing that in Season 1. Fascinating. Well, that's cool. 10 out of 10. Very, very interesting. Varric.
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Bartrand can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
I fought Darkspawn, but I've never been to the Deep Roads.
Fortunately, I've received some new information. There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
We don't want trouble with the Grey Wardens, do we?
Let's look at our options first. I'd rather not fight a Warden unless we have to. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talked to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work.
Perfect. I meant to do the sarcastic options, but for some reason the dialogue moves here. Like my stick, it keeps like skipping around when I'm not doing that on purpose. It keeps doing that, so... If you're wondering why there's like a flicker and suddenly I'm on a different dialogue option than I was highlighting, yeah, that would be why. It's because it moves around on me, and I don't know if it's something I'm doing or what. I don't feel like I'm guilty of anything, but I guess you never really know. We're just gonna... Oh, look at that! I found something else. Anyway, just gonna explore a little bit, see what's going on here. See if I can interact with most anything. There's a barrel with some randoms. With some random neatos, some codex stuff. Not that one, it will be this one. Things to sell, which is good because we are poor. Alright, can't get in that one. I think that's a quest thing later. Alrighty.
You know, Junior, you're looking at this all wrong.
Whatever it is you're about to say, I'm not interested.
I'm a professional younger brother. Trust me, the center of attention's the worst place to be. When things go wrong, and they always do, that's where all the fingers point. Look at any kingdom in Thedas. You've got people who warm thrones, and people nobody sees who do the real work.
And my sister is a queen in this scenario. Perfect.
Point, missing it. Oh well.
Told you, it's just a literal constant chip on his shoulder. Alright. So there's that. I guess we could go back to Lowtown, because there's kind of a couple of things to do here. We do have to check in at my house. At Gamlen's house. And then we can run back to that shop I was at a second ago. And get the trail on Anders, so probably do both of those things.
Varric, do you do anything?
Am I the next stop in your career evaluations? Joy of joys.
You watch and you talk. Is that it?
You are dismissing hallmarks of both the utterly ineffectual and the incredibly dangerous.
I don't know what you mean.
It means coins flow when I talk and when I shut up. Like if you got paid to guard or unguard.
That makes no sense.
Good.
I get what he means. I pick up what he's putting down. He specifically spun that to make it confusing, but his overall point I don't think is very confusing. He just did it on purpose because, you know, he's a funny guy like that. Speaking of points and missing it, Aveline. Aveline missing his point. Alright. Alright, bait and switch. Hawke, if you might be interested in something that's come up, a contract of mine, a fellow by the name of Anso is asking around for someone competent regarding a job, and I suggested you. He's always paid well, so if I were you, I'd check into it before someone else snaps it up. He said he'd be at Lowtown Bazaar at night. And then Hawke, your year's up and you're free to go. Despite what you think, we had a good thing working together. I might pass along an opportunity or two if you're willing to get your hands dirty. Stay safe. Greetings, you do not know who I am, but I have heard of you. I understand you might need items from my collection as well as the means to obtain them. I do not extend this invitation to anyone, but you're not simply anyone, are you? Consider this an invitation to the Black Emporium. Enclosed are directions through the passages underneath the city, as is the charm to enter. If you give the charm to another, its permission will immediately be revoked, and the consequences will be unpleasant. Adieu, Xenon. Got it. To whoever elects to participate in the charitable deed of assisting the Vale family of Starkhaven, His Most Worthy Highness Prince Sebastian Vale has provided instructions for anyone brave and noble enough to attempt eradication of the rabble who dared attack his family. 3 groups of Flint Company mercenaries have been sighted in the Kirkwall vicinity. 1 group makes camp not far from the elves of the Sundermount Mountain Range. The 2nd has been seeking information on the docks after nightfall. The 3rd is far from the main road off the Wounded Coast. They are believed to have a small campsite well past any known landmarks. A princely award awaits whoever finds and defeats all the rogues. May the Maker guide you, Chanter Talitha.
Pretty steamed when you ran off with your Ferelden apostate.
I'm still their daughter.
With your Ferelden apostate. Alright, so there's all of that. Special deliveries. Instantly learn new abilities. 1 or more attribute points, an ability point, allows Hawke to reallocate. Oh, look at that. There's the Blood Dragon set. Just gonna grab all of that. Cool. What's going on here, huh? So I have 5 points to spend. Good God. Good golly, Miss Molly. Went like right to 20 magic. Ah, so the options will be Blood Mage, Spirit Healer, and Force Mage. Force Mage is neato. Blood Mage is like a whole build. You have to like build into Blood Mage to actually make it usable. Ooh, I can grab Death Siphon. Hell yeah. And we'll just go ahead and activate this. Making sure that's always on.
I think this is the same cheese that was here a year ago. I feel itchy just looking at that thing. Looks like the dog's trying to tunnel his way out of this hovel. Can't blame him.
Yeah?
My children have been in servitude for a year. They should be nobility.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming.
Why was nothing set aside for us, Uncle?
Your mother was supposed to marry the Comte de Lancey, and instead she ran off with some Ferelden apostate. You don't get to stay the favorite when you do that.
Where is Father's will? If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read, it went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again.
Take me to the vault.
Can't. It's in the cellar of the estate. Someone else lives there now.
What daft bastard leaves that behind?
It was old news. You think I've been sitting here for 25 years waiting for Leandra to slink back?
Who bought the estate, Gamlen? Perhaps I could speak to them. Was it the Reinhardts?
No one you know. Get used to Lowtown, sister. That's where we're going to stay.
I don't think so, Tim.
Maker, what a mess. I want to make things better for Mother, but some of what Gamlen says, I'm having a hard time hating him.
I'm not.
Playing caretaker for someone else's life. Stuck in their shadow. That's no way to live.
Oh my god.
And there it is.
Yep, there it is.
Look, if you want to join the fight over who lost the most, fine. But I never lived here. Mother even gave me her old key to try and stir something. But I didn't know Grandfather. Finding his will doesn't matter to me.
Son of a bitch.
We're scraping to bribe Bartrand, and you don't think having an estate would help?
Sure it would, but it won't be free. How much unwanted attention will warring with slavers get us?
What have you heard?
Uncle's a chatty drunk. He was up to his neck and signed everything over. That's who has the estate. Apparently, the most extensive wine cellar in Kirkwall is now a slave highway from the Undercity. That's the family legacy.
Solid.
I don't know about you, but that makes me a little angry.
We agree at last.
So, forgetting everything else, what would you do with slavers?
Only one thing their kind deserves.
We agree at last.
All right, sister. If the key works, we'll clear the estate from the Undercity up.
Finally, he's like, I don't know, Grandfather. That's no way to
I don't know
live.
if this will help, but I do feel like hitting someone.
Solid. He's like, that's living in someone else's shadow. That's no way to live. Like, oh, cry me a river. Oh my god. This fucking dude. Good lord. Alright, take me back to Lowtown so we can go talk to the shop about Anders, and that's probably where we'll call this part. Good lord, what a whiner.
It was just a suggestion.
Well, how about a giant sign that just says don't? You could hit people with.
Thank you. I get the point.
It's so fucking funny. How about a giant sign that just says don't? You could hit people with it. Okay, we're about to click on it. I explored this whole area, found a lot of little minor loot. I bought the upgrade. I used our sovereigns. We had 5. Now we have like 1. I used the upgrade. I used some of our money, and I bought upgrades for Aveline and Varric. So now they both have better stuff for their armor. And in between finding all these codexes and things, everybody leveled up. So just figured I would wait till you guys were here with me before I upgraded him. Upgraded the people. Guess we'll give him Scythe, and then Aveline will just do that, and I guess we'll just go Weapon and Shield. Then Varric, we're gonna go 3 into Cunning, and I guess we will stick with Bianca then. Hail of Arrows. Alright, and I also bought a backpack. That was the other thing that I bought. It was 2 armor upgrades and then a backpack. So, I bought all that. Good stuff.
If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden?
The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden?
Well, he's not now, and busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
Then I'll only ask very smart questions.
I do not joke, Sirrah. You see what
Sorry.
our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
And yet he needs to hide.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
You mean he's a mage?
Would I stick my neck out for some purveyor of hensbane and leeches?
Oh, perish the thought. Another delicate mage flower.
Shut up, Carver.
He doesn't want to be locked in the gallows just for using the gifts the Maker gave him.
Your healer is in no danger from me.
Right. Perfectly safe if he cooperates.
Shut up,
I
Carver.
suppose it isn't my secret to keep. Anders has certainly been free enough with his services. Refugees in Darktown know to find the healer, look for the lit lantern. If you have need enough, Anders will be within.
I asked at
Thank
30
you.
farms for work. Not one is hiring for Ferelden.
Alright, so we got the information we need. That's the good news. Carver's a tool. But we knew that. But we knew that already. That's not news. Alright, let's see. There's...
Hey,
oh,
we heard you in
something
there
incoming.
asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town. And it ain't gonna happen to him.
I don't really want to rely on Carver.
I'm not turning your healer over to the Templars.
Right. Like anyone turns down the reward for an apostate. Let's shut their mouths.
No, it looks like we're going for it because I didn't want to talk to Carver. Now, normally you're able to talk them down, but I didn't want to rely on my stupid brother. I didn't want to rely on Carver, so there was no talking him down. What the hell?
Every coin those swindlers nab goes straight to the carter's coffers. They must be stopped.
Wait, who? Oh, hang on, there's a new arrow I just noticed. Hey, you sons of bitches, what are you doing swindling people?
Not a step closer. No refunds on the ashes, friend. If the Maker doesn't favor you, that's between you and him, isn't it?
Hey.
Don't say I didn't.
Anyone else? Now there's a new armor. I don't know if it's worth anything, but... Alright, let's go turn this in to the lady. Be like, hey, I stopped this swindler. Are you happy?
Did you approve my application?
I can't make you a guard, Carver.
We were both soldiers. Why won't they take me?
I was an officer, and I follow orders.
No, you don't.
I also think of others before myself. You seem tired of that, and that's dangerous.
Just when it's not my choice. You told them not to take me, didn't you?
Yes.
Ah, well, there you go. I'm sure that'll help him not be mad at things.
The thieves are gone, guardsman.
Did you say something? I didn't hear you. And clumsy me. I seem to have dropped a coin purse in your hand.
I pick up what you're putting down. Wink, wink. Gotta do the right thing, but no one can know. Because this city sucks. Hey, I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Alright, well, that'll be a great place to call it. Oh, actually, after we look at that armor. I need to look at the sword. Oh yeah, what's his face? Needed a strength, which he got it. So, new sword for him. And back to me, and then over one. Oh my lordy. Alright. Dexterity and cunning anyway, which doesn't help. And no one else cares about armor, obviously. Yeah, no one else cares about armor, so. And the armor's only for me. So obviously I'm never going to have that much dexterity or cunning. So we can go ahead and junk that. And then gloves, they are much better. I can go ahead and upgrade those. And these are all strength items. So not much good for the mage, is it? So I will just put those in a chest or something when I have the opportunity. Though actually, aren't we like right near my house? We could just drop that off really quick. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drop off that armor because I don't want to sell it because it's really good, but I obviously can't use it. So, and no one else can either. There we go. Lovely. Puppy.
He wasn't like this in Lothering. I think he misses the open fields.
Come on. Let's play Fetch the Invisible Ball.
He just needs to get out more. Don't you, boy?
He's part of the family. I wouldn't want to lose him.
Take it. I'm sick of what's-his-name staring and panting.
Gamlen, honestly, a Mabari understands what you say. Try using his name.
What's wrong with dog? Real easy to remember.
Well, he can't be Max because Max was the name of the warden's dog. So it needs a new... It needs a new name. Also, shout out to my Carrie profile picture from my 360 days. Yup, shout out to Carrie. And I also had Evil Dead on my main menu for the 360. Evil Dead, what a throwback. Anyway, I need a name for the boy, and it can't be Max. How about Toby? What an adorable name. His name is Toby. Such a cute name.
I'll let you sleep.
Adorable. His name is Toby, and I love him. Alright, we'll go ahead and save it, now that I did all that. Beautiful. Alright, well, that'll be a good place to call it. And looking forward to this playthrough. And we're going to be going through Dragon Age 2 Season 2, which will be very exciting, because it's been a lot of years since we did Dragon Age 2, and obviously not long ago we did Dragon Age 1 Season 2, and that was a good time. And admittedly, Origins is my least favorite of all of the Dragon Ages. Faux show. And so that one is, of all of them, that one is the most chore-like for me. There's nothing wrong with Origins, it's just my least favorite. The combat's a little slow, having to voice a character is a little annoying. You know, generally speaking, I don't like having a silent protagonist. You know, so it's just little things. In general, I think the cast of Dragon Age 2 is probably my favorite one. As far as romances go, nothing beats Meryl for me. Meryl is my favorite thing ever, and I love her. And of course, the romance we're doing this playthrough is Isabella, and I am excited for that one. Of course, I love Liliana and all that stuff, and that's like some of the best moments. And the Morrigan romance in its own way is kind of a good time, and I like that one. And of course, you know, Alistair is awesome. He's always been a bro of mine. You know, so it's good, but I like the combat, I like the gameplay of Dragon Age 2 and Origins, and Inquisition a lot more than Origins. I think the cast is just better in general. I like Hawke a lot more. I really like Hawke and her being voiced and how she looks and all that jazz. And I love Meryl a lot, of course. And then in Inquisition, it's very, very pretty. And I like the mounts and I like all the armor and all the customization options, all that shit, which is great. And of course, the story's really, really good. So, I don't know. I am just excited. So, what we'll have to decide is way down the road when Veilguard launches and once we play it, and at some point we definitely will. It's very, very, very likely that we will. I don't know. I just will have to decide on, like, because it's very, I mean, surely Veilguard will use the same system that the rest of this is used, and we'll have to go to the keep, and we'll have to set up a world state and all that jazz. Now, I think I already set up, if memory serves, it's been like years since I accessed the keep, but I think I set up our Season 1 playthrough in the keep already. I think that's already done, so we'll have to decide if I want to use the world state from our first season or our second season for Veilguard, assuming that's an option, assuming they do that, which they should, because that's kind of some of the bonuses about Dragon Age, is the fact that shit continues over. That's kind of the whole bit, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's likely that they will use the keep, and when they do, we'll have to decide what world state to use, because and that'll be a little something that's more important to decide when we're done with Inquisition, because when we're done with Inquisition, or actually I think we'll have to do it at the beginning of Inquisition, because at the beginning of Inquisition we'll need to access keep anyway to import the Season 2 for Origins and this, and so I'll have to access keep for that whenever we get to Inquisition already, right? So that's already going to happen. But at the end of Inquisition, we'll have to access the keep anyway, and then at that one, I'll have to update it for whatever we did in Inquisition, and then we'll have to decide, probably whenever Veilguard launches and whenever I play it. We'll have to decide on the world state and what we want to use, because for Season 1 for Origins, it was romancing Liliana, and then things developed a certain way, obviously. Or no, I romanced Morgan for Season 1. Romanced Morgan as a male mage, and then for 2, we romanced a Meryl as a warrior, I believe, and then in 3, I think I was a human archer, like a human rogue, I believe, that romanced Josephine. So, I don't know. We will have to decide on that, or if we want to do this one, which obviously this one is a female Dalish elf that romanced Liliana in Origins, and then this one, it's going to be obviously a female mage romancing Isabella, and then in 3, I already have a very good idea about what we'll be doing, but we'll talk about that when we get to Inquisition, and you'll just have to sit on pins and needles before then, but you will see. It's going to be a weird one. It'll be in a lot of ways, it'll be the weirdest one of our entire playthrough for Season 2, in a lot of ways, just because of just how the playthrough is going to have to go. So it's going to be wild. It's going to be a little bit weird. I'll explain once we get there, but I can already tell you it's going to be a little odd. So it'll be fine. It'll be fun. So anyway, that is going to call for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and we will talk to you guys later. Oh, did I just collateral that guy? Yeet. There, you go first. He's like, I think it's clear, man. You're good. As the great Bob Ross would say, what a happy accident. Later, idiots. I could hear Darth Vader in my head. I have you now. No, walk it off, bro. You're okay. It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up. That was so perfect.